Your High Priestess has the following message for you today. Today's message comes directly from your soulmate, who wants to tell you something important but cannot or does not want to articulate it yet. So, do not be surprised, for I am conveying these words straight from the perspective of your soulmate. Feel free to respond to your soulmate through this video in the comments, as your words at the soul level will reach your soulmate. Also, like this video to activate the energy of this video in your life. Subscribe to my channel as well so that we can remain connected through the collective and future messages for you, from me, your High Priestess, through the universe, can be received and conveyed to you through future videos. In my calmest hours, when the world sinks into sleep and I let my thoughts roam free, I think of you. You are closer to me than you believe, yet I am distant from you, shrouded in the shadows of my insecurities. I stand at a crossroads, marked by past wounds and fears that cloud my vision. The idea of reconnecting fills me with a flood of doubts. I am trapped in a contradiction between the longing for closeness and the fear of the confinement it could bring. Memories of feeling suffocated hold me back. They whisper warnings from the past, causing me to hesitate to reach out to you. I fear the bonds of attachment that could wrap around my thoughts like chains. But isn't it love that liberates rather than binds? You, who perhaps patiently waits without knowing, I see you. I see the strength you possess to shape your life independently of me, and it fascinates me. It's your light that could guide my way, but I must first learn to open my eyes and look into that light without fear. I want you to understand that the freedom I desire does not mean I want to be alone. It's the freedom to choose, and I dream of one day choosing to be with you. The fact that you have the space to find your own happiness makes you even more precious in my eyes. Imagine if we were to wander through an old city together, where the cobblestones whisper stories. I would tell you about the shadows that accompany me, and you would tell me about the stars you observe at night. Perhaps, someday, I would find the courage to reach out my hand to yours, not out of necessity but because it feels right. I am learning to understand that patience does not mean standing still but quietly preparing for what may come. I am learning that the peace I seek is not in solitude but in the harmony that can arise between two people who give each other enough space to grow together. Just as nature has its seasons, so do our hearts have their rhythms. And I hope that spring will soon awaken in my heart, with the warmth needed to melt the fears that lie like ice around my emotions. I write these lines to you in the stillness of the night, and as I send them into the ether, I wonder if they will reach you. Whether they will bring a smile to your face or a tear, as secretive as my feelings for you. In the silence of my thoughts, where every word is an echo of your absence, I continue to write. It is a dance of words, a quiet dialogue with a shadow resembling your form. I often wonder, what if I were to tear down the walls I have built? Would you then see the dust that has gathered behind them? The hidden corners of my soul that I hide from the world, hoping that no one sees their disorder. But you are different. Perhaps you would blow away the dust and say that you love the imperfection it reveals. There are those moments, fleeting and rare, when I feel like I could dare. That I could find the words to tell you about the dreams I dare to dream when I think of you. About the little things that remind me of you, the scent of morning dew on freshly cut grass, the gentle glow of the city at night that looks like your eyes when they shimmer in the light. I imagine what it would be like if we could shed our fears like old clothes and just be ourselves, without masks, without roles to play. We could discover lost stories together in an old library or sit across from each other in a cafe, letting our gazes speak while the world around us blurs. I dream of a place where time has no meaning, where we could meet without the burden of the past or the uncertainty of the future. A timeless space where only the here and now exist, and where every second we share becomes an eternity. I know these thoughts are like soap bubbles, beautiful to look at, but fragile and ephemeral. Yet even when they burst, they leave a glow that is not so easily forgotten. Please understand that the silence that sometimes lies between us is not due to a lack of feeling but an excess of it. It is the silence that is born when words are not enough, when they are too small to describe the greatness growing in the chest. Perhaps it is this very silence that will one day bring us together. Perhaps we will learn that one does not always need to speak to convey what is important. That the silence between two people can have its own language, understood only by those who have learned to listen to the unspoken. So I end these lines with the hope that you will find more in them than just words. That you can read between them what I dare not yet say, and that you can feel what I cannot yet show. In the quiet hours before dawn, when the world is still asleep and thoughts are free from the chains of everyday life, I let my mind wander to you. I imagine what it would be like to share the first rays of the sun with you, to greet the day as if it were an unwritten page, ready for our dreams and stories. I think of the words I haven't told you yet, the confessions buried deep in my heart. How I want to confess to you that every sunset reminds me of the colors of your smiles, or how the wind blowing through the trees whispers the melody of our dances yet to be danced. There are so many unlived moments between us, so many unshared joys and unsaid compliments. How many times have I imagined telling you that you are the poetry in my life, the one that makes me believe in beauty again. That you are the calm I feel amidst the storm, a silent anchor in my sometimes wild sea. And as I sit here, surrounded by darkness slowly giving way to daylight, I wonder if you've ever broken the silence to hear my secret whispers. Whether the thoughts I send into the space find their way to you, like a butterfly dancing aimlessly through the air until it lands on a flower. I dream of a day when I find the courage to tell you all of this. A day when our words are no longer fleeting thoughts but bridges we build to find each other. A day when we no longer write our stories alone but start a new chapter together. I dream of having the courage to reveal to you that you are often the main character in my daydreams, that you soothe the restlessness in my mind and compose the songs in my soul. That, even though I love freedom, I secretly hope our paths intertwine, that our steps walk in harmony. Perhaps it is this hope that keeps me awake, the hope that the words I shape in the quiet hours will grow wings and fly to you, to tell you what I feel. To show you that behind my longing for freedom is a desire for togetherness, for a you and me that could someday become an us. Until then, I continue to write, page by page. Line by line, a silent manifesto of my secret love. With every word I put down, I paint a picture of us as it could be, a painting full of hope and colors, waiting to be admired. Bear in mind that this prediction is a guide, not a fixed destiny. The future always depends on the decisions we make in the present. Therefore, always act with love and kindness, and you can find a path that leads to happiness and fulfillment. This was today's message for you. I deeply appreciate your time and trust, and I would be delighted to receive a like, a comment, or a free subscription if my messages resonate with you. Your support helps me to strengthen my channel and reach more people whom I can assist. It was wonderful to have you here. Do not hesitate to drop by again and listen to the future messages of the universe from your High Priestess.